Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Cape Rugby TV, and tonight we've got a jam-packed show for you. Of course, it was the Community Challenge of the weekend, lots of activity out there. There was international team playing, a provincial team playing, clubs from Boland and clubs from Western Province, all on the park at City Park. So a lot of action for us to look at, and of course, fantastic to catch up with all of the community clubs that are playing out at the moment, captains and coaches, interviews coming up galore. That's what we're looking for. Remember, we are on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. Before I carry on, let me introduce you to my panel this evening, and then of course we're going to get started straight away with the Varsity Cup and the Varsity Shield results, fixtures and logs. Morgan Newman. Hello, Morgs.
How's it, James? How you doing?
Yep, all good. It's, lots of rugby, lots of action, so I'm happy.
Yeah, look, I think the season's in full swing now, so there's lots of rugby all around, and yeah, it's good to see.
I don't know, this is like 4 seasons in one day. Ish.
Hi, James. Good to be back on the show.
Lots of rugby seasons.
Yeah, well, club rugby is in full swing, and we wouldn't say that even though the league only starts in about a month's time. So it's exciting to see all the teams out, and especially the Varsity Cup teams as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've spoken about this a couple of times now. The amount of rugby that's going on, it's unbelievable. We've never seen this much rugby. And we talk about the Springboks or the super rugby players having a tough season and not getting a break, but club rugby guys are working their fingers to the bone.
You know, it's with the sevens and all these tournaments that have been played now, it really is becoming a full, a 12-month calendar. So look, I think it's good. It keeps all the mischief off the streets. And
so let's just look at that. Let's quickly look at it from a club rugby perspective. We've got the year starts off with sevens tournaments. Then we've got tens. The tens is on the cards then. Yeah. Then we've got, and these are all clubs that are playing in it. And then we've got the Community Cup starts, Varsity Cup and Varsity Shield starts, Community Challenge starts, and then of course the league starts. I mean, we've never had so much. Clubs used to wait 6 months, start the league, finish.
Yeah, I mean, we mustn't forget that there's also sevens that ends the year. There's a Super Sevens which comes up at the end of the year, which also finishes the season. Yeah. There's lots of these all little tournaments that are popping up. So yeah, it's become a 12-month season, and we're not complaining, I don't think.
No, I know our viewers are certainly not complaining because there is lots of action. All right, folks, let's start off with the results then from the Varsity Cup. Again, exciting results coming out on Monday night. Pika 16-8 over Wits, UCT 25-8 over Shimlers, and then NMMU beating Tuks 19 points to 9, and Marty's a good win for them, 24 points to 8 over UJ. All right, guys, let's take a look at those results there. Morgs, I suppose some of the standout results there, UCT, a good win for them, and again, Marty's also a good win for them. And there's talk about the coastal teams coming together now.
Yeah, look, again, last week we spoke about it, but yeah, it's, they started slowly. But I must say, us Cape Town boys don't really like playing in the rain, but the weather conditions down in Joburg have been atrocious. And for UCT and for Marty's to pick up the results that they did away from home, it's 2 big results, and they're still in the running for the playoffs.
Marty's, they're getting stronger?
Yeah, as we hitting the penultimate round of the Varsity Cup, it's important that our sides start hitting their straps. Marty's and UCT obviously are getting into full swing of things, and hopefully they can pull a couple of rats out of the bag in the last week.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the highlights, the action shots there in the match UCT up against Shimlers. So well done to the boys from UCT. Good win for them. And I think that's, of course, going to make a very, very happy Kevin Musicant. That's what he's looking for. Kevin Musicant will be looking for those away results and nearing towards the tail end of the Varsity Cup now. So good stuff there for the UCT boys. Let's take a look at the action shots. Marty's against UJ. So well done there to Marty's, a good result for them up in UJ, and of course that's a result they were looking for, and they wanted to make sure, and having watched that game, they wanted to make sure that they stay on top of UJ during that game, and they certainly look like an outfit that were getting their act together. Let's take a look now at the logs. Puka, well, they are still on top on 23 points. UCT are now in second place on 19, NMMU on 17, Tuks on 16, Marty's, Shimla's, UJ and Wits. So there's a little bit of catch up there to do for Marty's, but I'm sure if they continue the way that they are, that we'll see them back on the top of the log in no time at all. Let's take a quick look now at the FNB Varsity Cup fixtures. Shimla's are up against NMMU and Bloemfontein at 10 to 5. This is this coming Monday. Marty's take on Tuks, kick off at 7 o'clock at Craven Stadium, and then of course it's Pika and UJ in Potch at 7, and Wits take on UCT in Johannesburg at 7 o'clock. In the Shield, let's take a look at the Varsity Shield results now. This is the FNB Varsity Shield. TUT going down to UWC, great result for them, and then Fort Hare going down to CUT, 28 points to 18. Now, Ollie Janssen and Peter de Villiers and the boys will be very happy with that result. It's long overdue, but it seems again it's the curse of the away game. The guys keep winning away.
Yeah, look, it's a little bit too late to you know, for the guys from UWC, but still, you know, any result in the Varsity Shield is a good result. And yeah, it seems they can't play at home, but they can play away from home. So, like I think, like Ish said last week, maybe they should play all their games at UCT.
You reckon, Ish?
No, I think maybe the home crowd pressure. Playing at home is not always easy. Playing away, it could be, you know, just lift the pressure off the guy's shoulders. So maybe we should move the home ground then.
Let's take a look at the logs now in the Varsity Shield, and yeah, it's CUT there on top on 31 points. UKZN, the MP, on 16, UWC on 15, so they can still get into the top two there. They're going to have to do a hard push though to get to catch up with CUT. Fort Hare then on 13 and TUT on 11 points. Let's take a look at the fixtures, and the big one, of course, this coming Monday is UWC against Fort Hare. But of course, don't forget, in Pretoria, TUT take on the UKZN. But that's right, folks, where you want to get to now is you want to get this Monday down to UWC. Come and join me there as UWC take on Fort Hare. Freddie Miller and his crew are going to be out there. If you have half a chance and you want to watch a good quality rugby game and a lot of entertainment, then come and watch the FNB Varsity Cup out at UWC on Monday. Kick-off there at 7 o'clock. So lots of time to get down there, and I think there's a good after party. We're going to take an ad break, and when we come back from the ad break, of course, we'll take a look at what happened at City Park over the weekend, as it was time for the Community Challenge on home ground. Community Cup action it was, or should I say Community Challenge action it was at City Park over the weekend. Kenya were out there. They played against Eastern Province. Western Province played against Boland. But of course, it was the club games that we were there to watch. It was club rugby galore. 4 fields, or at least 4 teams playing at a time. and a lot of action, starting at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Went through to about 6 o'clock, and a great showing of rugby on the day, City Park, and what a special occasion for the fans to get out there. Let's take a look at some of the results from City Park. Houston, well, they beat Series 17 points to 10. Worcester, they went down to Saldanha 12-16. Tygerberg 17-9 loss for them against Durban, and then Belhar 23 points to 15 win for them against SK Warmers. I think. Ish, if I bring you into the picture here, a lot of people at this stage will be wondering what happened to SK Warmers. They lost, but the reality is they're a new team, a fresh team, a little bit of a building, and Belhar have had kind of 2 seasons to get ready. Things seem a lot stricter there. Mark Willard is coming into his straps. It's maybe a bit of an imbalance.
Well, SK is, as I said the last week, they've got a new coaching staff, and there's a couple of new players, and they're rebuilding. And it's important for that team to start rebuilding now. So when they hit the league, all guns firing. Belhar, well, they've been for about 2 or 3 years in the Super A League. So they are sort of getting used to the league and the structure, play of the game, the pace of the game. And well done to Mark Willard for conducting such a good squad with Belhar.
How do you settle? How do you settle a team like that? We'll catch up a little bit later in the show with Adnan Osman, who's no stranger to Cape Rugby TV. But how do you settle a team like that? A lot of new youngsters, and every team has to go. Well, I call it the product life cycle. For people who have been in business, you have a brand that has a life cycle. There's an adoption phase and an initiation phase, and the phase that you stimulate, and then you're on the decline. Every team goes through this phase.
Well, it's important for the club, firstly, to not really focus a lot on results. They've got to make sure that the transition from where they were to where they are is a smooth transition. When I say that, I mean that fans, supporters should not put too much pressure just on winning, but in terms of developing, bringing the youngsters through, and giving all the youngsters in the community an opportunity to play at a high level.
What do you do as a coach when you're busy with bringing youngsters into the picture?
Well, it's important to surround them with experienced guys and let them feed off that experience. It's very important. And you try and surround yourself with a coaching staff that sort of knows what's going on, and that the youngsters can sort of build and quickly get to know the straps as soon as possible.
Yeah, a lot of feeding off Morgs, a lot of feeding off the more experienced guys like Nani Osman, for example.
Yeah, I think the experience is invaluable when it comes to grooming the youngsters that are coming through. So, I mean, yeah, the likes of Adnan Osman, likes of, Zaire Island, who will be back soon after his injury. All these guys are the ones that are going to be setting the tone for the youngsters to follow suit, So, I think they're going through a transition phase, but with the community challenge now, it's the perfect opportunity, like Ish says, for them to blood these guys. So, by the time they hit the league, they're all guns blazing and they're ready to go. We
also managed to catch up with the guys from Belhar and SK Warmers. Now, Belhar came away there as a winner, 23 points to 15. And the guys from SK did say they're doing a little bit of building. We've already spoken about this, but if we look at Belhar, they've also changed their system a little bit, Morgs. They're not. It looks like there's a slight different breed there, or a little bit of call it more. I don't know quite. I can't quite put my finger on it. It's almost as if they've decided this community challenge, community cup, and the league stuff is something to challenge for, and we need to up our game.
I mean, Belhar last year, I must be brutally honest, somebody mentioned it last week, but, Belhar was for me one of the toughest games of the season last year. They're physical side, they stand up in the collision, and they really play a good brand of rugby. So, yeah. I think they're just taking that same form from last year, added 1 or 2 players, and now are playing great rugby. And I mean, that result, to be brutally honest, doesn't really surprise me. I think Belhar are going to be one of the form teams of the league this year, and I think Tygerberg may slightly struggle.
In fact, Jerome Boyson himself is playing a role there. He's taking practice for the guys. And I saw Frank Wagenstrom at the field on Saturday. And I saw Frank maybe last season, he had a little bit of a donut. But Frank is looking lean and mean, and there's a guy who's got immense talent. So, playing at Belhar now, I think, Uncle Frank, as the kids like to call him, Frank is looking. He's looking gold. He's looking gold on the field there.
Maybe some guys, they need a bit of kick up the butt just to get back into shape. And I think Frankie is an excellent player. He's an ex-Tygerberg player, so yeah. He comes with a lot of experience.
I didn't want to say when it was that I saw him that he had the donut. Or at which club.
No, but Frankie's a very good player. He's played a lot of provincial rugby at junior level, and he's a good
Tough as
acquisition.
nails.
Tough as nails and a good acquisition for the Belhar team.
Yeah. Well, we caught up there with the SK Women's captain, Adnan Osman. Adnan, of course, no stranger to Cape Rugby TV. As we like to use that phrase, no stranger to Cape Rugby TV. In fact, we might bring it out a T-shirt that says, no stranger to Cape Rugby TV. Let's catch up with Nani. Right, folks, with me now, Nani Osman, no stranger to Cape Rugby TV. We've interviewed him many times and always in one of our action photographs. Nani didn't go your way today.
JP, to be honest, these games we're actually just using it as warm-up games to the season.
Yeah.
We kind of lost a lot of players this year, so we kind of just rebuilding. We have a lot of youngsters, a lot of new guys that came in, so it's good to give them a shot and to see who puts up their hand.
It's kind of exciting playing rugby like that. It's like rebuilding and you're having a lot of fun doing it. New players, new people, new ideas.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of youngsters, so it's the vibe is quite good in the camp.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a matter of them getting their playing experience and all of that. But I think as time goes on, they'll do well. Like I always say, I'd rather play with 14 other guys who's 100% committed than playing with guys who's just there because they have to be there.
Yeah.
So amongst the bunch of guys we have, everyone actually wants to be there. They're excited to be there. So that's a good sign for the club.
So in terms of the community challenge, you're going to use it more as a bit of a build-up to the league now. What are the kind of strong points, weak points that you'll be looking to focus on? Obviously, get rid of the weak points and strong factors that you want to bring to the league coming. Well, we're 3 weeks away. We're in the 1st of April. We start off.
Yeah. Like we said after last week's game and after this week's game as well, we obviously take out all the positives out of the game.
Yeah.
Okay, and we do take the negatives. We go back to the drawing board on Monday, Tuesday, and on a Thursday. We work on the negatives. We kind of try and perfect the positives. So in that way we'll keep our positives and then just work on the negatives, and then we'll see from there.
Well, we look forward to seeing that always positive SK gear. So if there's one thing about SK, we know it's got gear. So we look forward to watching guys during the season.
Yeah, thanks, JP.
There we go. I'm going to shake your hand before you go. There we go. Cheers, folks. Nani Osman, always nice to chat with him. Let's now check out some of the highlights in the match, Belhar against SK. So well done to Belhar. Good win for them against SK. Of course, that's what they would have been looking for, is a good start to the season and a good bit of a run against SK. We managed to catch up with Adnan Batsir, the coach of SK Warmers, who continues to tell us about how they're getting the ball rolling and playing for the community. Folks, with me now, Adnan Batsir. He is the coach at SK Warmers. You enjoying yourself?
Yeah, it was a good day. A lot of hard work today. Yeah, it's obviously looking at preparation for the season ahead for the league.
Yeah.
So we're using the tournament as a yardstick. But yeah, there's lots of work to do. We got a lot of youngsters coming into the team. So it's a lot of learning for them as well. So yeah, I guess it's back to the drawing board this week again.
Nani was just telling us now how fantastic it is to play with 14 other players who maybe don't feel like they have to be there, but rather because they want to be there.
Yeah, it's playing for the jersey.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the important things that we address with the players. And I think getting their priorities in order. Yeah, we said play for the jersey first, and whatever happens after, it's bonus.
Do those young players, do they know that playing for the jersey means playing for the people, because that jersey kind of belongs to the people? Eh?
Yeah, it is a people's jersey, and they know the culture at the club, and I think we're getting that component right. So there's a lot of positives coming from them, and they're eager to go. Yeah.
And a nice opportunity to have these kind of warm-up games against tough teams like the Boerland sides, and of course the Tygerbergs and the Belhars and the Dervils. Those are good teams, and it's a good preparation for the league.
Yeah, they are. We'll be playing them in the league as well. We had a tough outing last week against Saldanha, and it was our first outing, and there was a lot of rustiness.
Yeah.
But we worked on a lot of things during the week, and we ticked a few boxes today, and hoping to tick a few more by next week.
Still, if kids want to come and join the club, they can still come?
Of course, yeah, they're more than welcome.
Listen, nice chatting with you,
you
and we
too,
look forward to watching your progress during the season.
Thanks a lot, thanks.
Getting things started at SK Women's, but with the community fierce behind them there, and Nani's mom was there as well over the weekend. So I think with the community fierce behind them, we're definitely going to see SK Women's climb to great heights very quickly.
Definitely. And with Adnan there, he's got a good rugby head on him. He's got Ashik Wise that's also assisting him in the forwards. So with the young guys and the experienced guys like Nani, they'll definitely be a force to reckon with in the Super A League.
Well, let's take a look now at what the coach of Belhar had to say. Mark Willard, of course, coaching at Belhar. He's been there now for a couple of seasons, and he's happy about how things are going. Right, folks, I'm here with Mark Willard. He's the coach of Belhar. Belhar, fantastic game today. Victory for you guys over SK Women's. It's a slightly different way to the way we started last year.
Yeah, I mean, it's our second game of the season. We're quite tough, to get this one through. The win was important for us today, and we're glad that we can pull this one off.
So what made the difference? Last week was a bit of a tough one against those Boerland sides, and you came out today, SK Women's not an easy side to beat, but you took the points.
Yeah, I see what, basically it's a new team. We're still finding combinations. I think just last week the guys was a bit stage fright.
Yeah.
First game in, so the second one, pulled it out a bit better. Our quality players, the seniors showed more leading by example,
yes.
And that brought the youngsters through.
Is that something you worked on, about leadership skills, composure? Did you work on that in the last couple of days?
Yes, definitely. You want to have that balance in your team. It's pointless you're having quality young players, but there's nothing to show them, how it should be done.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're working on that balance and working on the combination, so we're getting there.
Well, with your experience, I know the guys can learn a lot from your leadership skills. Mark,
Thank you so much.
Nice talking to you as always.
Yeah.
Good luck for the season.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
There we go. Very happy with his team's performance, but nevertheless not putting it in a bag and saying that they've got it yet. They still have a little bit of work to do. But one of the captains in club rugby that I have particularly loved to start interviewing here on the show is Carlo Jacobs, who for some other reason I keep calling him Christo. Maybe it's because Christo Steenbok used to play for the team and captain Belhar for a while, and we interviewed him a few times. But yes, Carlo Jacobs with the greatest smile and just loving every minute of rugby. We catch up here with the captain of Belhar. Right, folks, I'm with Carlo Jacobs now, captain of Belhar, no stranger to Cape Rugby TV. We've seen you on the show a couple of times. Good win for you guys today. We were just speaking to your coach, Mark Willard. SK Women's is not an easy side.
Never easy side. It's always a great game because they play running rugby, we play running rugby, and that's the spirit of the game. Nice, hard, for us tighties, it's difficult. But I mean, that's the game. We enjoy it. So.
But you seem to love rugby. Win or lose, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's your heart what you put into. So I mean, we love it.
Talking about the heart, tell us about the gears at Bella. How's the boys doing? How's the vibe? We know Jerome is always putting so much effort into the team.
Yeah, I must say he's put a lot of effort into the team. He's really doing a lot for the community. Our guys this year really want to play. It's our third year in the Super A now, and we really thought let's lay a platform this year. Let's put our name out there. We've worked hard in the off season. There's a nice vibe going. A lot of youngsters. We kept a big core. So we're looking forward to this year. Watch Bella.
And just quickly tell us, I mean, we obviously know how you're used to performing in the league games. How's the community challenge for you guys? It's a different type of tournament.
I think it's a brilliant tournament, giving community guys a chance to play, giving them exposure.
Like other clubs,
exactly. I think the Poorland leagues, very tough to play against. Yeah, they are a bit tough. It's a bit different to our rugby. But I mean, that's a challenge you get every day, and it's what you do with your challenge. So we're going to enjoy it.
Carla, before I call you Christo again, Carla, I'm going to leave it at that.
Thank
well
you.
done, your victory today. Nice chatting with you as always.
Thank you, JP.
Here we go, folks. Carla Jacobs there with the biggest smile. It's nice to be playing against players like that who just love it.
Yeah, look, I mean, he's a hard man on the field, I must say. He really puts Bella on the front foot. He leads from the front. But then to see a guy that smile like that off the field, you can always sit and have a cool drink with him afterwards. So, yeah, I think he epitomizes what club rugby is all about. Yeah, win or lose, there's always a smile. All right, folks, we're going to take an ad break. When we come back, we'll catch up with the Tygerberg Durbanville game. Welcome back, everybody. Yes, it is Cape Rugby TV here. It is Wednesday night, and of course, we bring you the very best of local rugby. And right now, it's Community Cup, it's Varsity Cup, it's Varsity Shield, and of course it is the Community Challenge, and that's what everybody's been loving now. Of course, if you've just joined us, the big event over the weekend was the Community Challenge that took place at City Park, and one of those matches that happened there was the match Tygerberg against Durbanville. Now, Durbanville came out with victors there, 19 points to 7, and well done to them. Let's catch up with the highlights. Well on there to Durbanville, a good start for them, and Jan Loopscher would be very happy with that. Let's catch up with Jan Loopscher, the coach of Durbanville. Right, folks, with me now is the coach of the victorious Durbanville. It was a good win for them over Tygerberg here at City Park today in the Community Challenge. Jan, 19-7, goeie wen vir julle.
Ja, dit is 'n goeie wen vir ons. Ek dink ons kon beter gedoen het. Daar was baie tries wat daar buite rondgeloop het wat ons nie gedot het nie, maar ek dink dit is tekens van die begin van die seisoen. Ons het goeie balbesit gehad en gebiedsvoordeel, so I think we should have had a bigger score against them. But Tygerberg and Durbanville is always a tough derby. So we knew that we have to play for the 80 minutes that we were on the park, and it was like that.
And the community challenge as a style of tournament and being at City Park today, how's that for you?
I think it's fantastic. The fact that the two unions had this idea, I think it's good that we can take the rugby to the community, and it also, I think, it puts something new into club rugby. That's 8 other clubs in the 2 different provinces that gets the opportunity to play in a structured manner. For your pre-season, it's good to have referees and you can do proper homework, and obviously you can see at the fitness of the guys where it's just friendly matches, then there's no intensity. And sometimes you just take the loss as something, but you must still play and prepare for something. So I think it's a wonderful idea.
Exciting for the players.
Definitely. It brings them more to practice because they know they're playing a little bit of a competition, and the fact that it's a Boland VP thing, it's nice.
And just quickly, we've got a couple of seconds here. In terms of you've played in the Community Cup before, and of course you played in the old club championships, and so you've had the opportunity to be exposed to lots of other clubs out there. What do you make of the Boland clubs?
Oh, well, I think last Saturday it just showed you that you don't underestimate anybody that plays in a Super League. They are the Super League in Boland, and they just proved it last weekend because we were the only victorious one in the province side or in the province camp. Boland was always been underestimated, and I think they just showed, don't underestimate us. They even showed in the Stormers setup that they can win them in the friendly match.
So they're not an easy outfit. But listen, well done, 19-7. It's a good way to start your home leg, so to speak. So well done. We look forward to watching your progress.
Thank you very much.
Lots of action there in the match. Tygerberg against Durban did not go in Tygerberg's favour, but we did manage to catch up with Tolly van der Westhuizen, and he wasn't totally happy, but nevertheless, Tolly's always got a smile on his dial. Tolly van der Westhuizen is hier zo samen met mijn mensen, die africhter van Tygerberg. Tolly, toen niet hele pad gegaan vandaag in, hè?
Hi JP, de 2,5 weke na mekaar is nog 'n bietjie hartseer, maar baie beter geweest vandag. Ek kan dit vergelyk met laas naweekie, maar alle krediet aan Durbanville. Hulle het obviously hulle kansse gebruik. Baie goed teen die wind gespeel en hulle kansse saam met die wind gebruik.
Dus een beetje van opportunities vat. Je ziet die wind maakt een verschil, maar het is ook een kwestie van die rechte besluit op die rechte oomblikke.
Absoluut. Ik denk Durbanville is so 'n bietjie voor op die africhting op die oomblik. Beteken dat ons 'n bietjie laat begin met die spanstrukture. Maar ek bedoel ons moet nou na die party te kom, jy weet. So.
En as 'n party gaan, sit die park, hier so al hierdie mense wat uitgekom het om vir julle vandag te watch, so seker lekker.
Dis 'n baie lekker kompetisie JP. Ek dink dit gaan net van krag tot krag groei as jy al die mense hier kyk, die crowd begin nou lekker inkom. En kom ons kyk. Hopelijk zien ons allemaal bij die final. So,
hopelijk, ja wel. Dan zien we ons jullie in die final. Ik schud met jou. Ons zien jullie in die final.
Dank je, JP.
Tolly van der Westhuizen, they're talking about the ups and downs of rugby at Tygerberg at the moment. I'm sure they're going to come right, and of course they will be a team to be recognised with. A man who's a little bit more serious, especially after he takes a loss, is Anton Lamprecht, who's no stranger to Cape Rugby TV, and we managed to catch up with him just after the game. Right, mensen, samen met nou is Anton Lamprecht. Hij is de kapitein van Tygerberg. 19-7 vandaag. Ongelukkig niet aan jullie kant, nee, die punten niet, maar nog steeds een goede game.
Ja, het was een lekker game, harde game geweest voor een pre-season game. So, die competitie is ook lekker hard. So, ja, het werkt natuurlijk ook om die liga fix te raken. So, ons gebruik het vandaag, ja.
Maar Durban, hulle is een slimme outfit.
Ja, nee, hulle het hulle kanse gebruik saam met die wind en teen die wind ook. Het hulle lekker bal opgedra, so ons het nie ons kanse gebruik saam met die wind nie. So ja, dalk 'n volgende keer in die liga wat ons hulle weer.
Wat maak jy van die res van die Boland spanne? Taaf?
Ja, Boland is altyd hard. Het is altyd lekker om teen die Boland span te speel om onsself op te weeg teen die Boland spanne. So ja, lekker kompetisie.
City Park hierso, WP velde. Wat dink jy?
Lekker vibe tussen die mense, ja. Die communities om te support, ja, so ja. Lekker vibe.
Anton, dankie. Soos die Engelse sê, chin up. So yes, Anton won't be happy with that result, but nevertheless, I'm sure that Tygerberg are going to start coming to their straps quite soon. Let's take a look at the other Community Challenge fixtures. There's a lot of action coming up still in the Community Challenge. It's Durban against Houston in Durban. Tygerberg against Series. They're playing in Florida Park, so that's going to be a good one for the home fans. SK Woomers take on Villagers. They're playing at the Greenpoint track. And then Belhar take on Saldanha. That's on this Saturday, the 15th of March. So that's going to be pretty exciting, folks. I think these are some real derby matches that you want to get onto. Okay, so let's take a quick look at this. And for the first time, I think we're going to start seeing the home teams playing against the other teams there. Morgs, we look at Durban and Houston. That's going to be a good home game for Durban. Jan Lope's going to take that home ground advantage.
Yeah, Durban, you know, also a tough team at home. And like we spoke about 2 weeks ago, it's a case of the Boland Western Province rivalry is now really starting. And we didn't do too well. We 3-1 down as far as I can remember when it comes to the Western Province Boland derby. So it'll be nice to see Western Province get one over Boland again this weekend.
And of course, Tygerberg take on Series.
Tygerberg, you know, haven't now lost 2 games on the trot in the Community Challenge, so they'll be looking to turn it around at Florida Park this weekend.
SK Warmers up against Villagers. Of course, this is the Boland team. They're playing at the track. The track is always a strong home ground advantage for SK.
Yeah, not a very easy place for visiting teams to come and win. And SK will definitely use
the tunnel.
The
tunnel
will be a big factor.
Yeah.
But playing at the Greenpoint track, it's nicely revamped, it's very new, and the crowd will come in full support for the guys.
It's definitely looking great. And then, of course, Belhar take on Saldanha, and they're playing at Belhar. So again, all our teams have got a home ground advantage.
Yeah, so Province is home ground advantage this week. Hopefully Belhar can pull this one through. They've hit their straps now, and hopefully they can pull this one through.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to. So, yeah, folks, lots of derby matches out, or at least not derby matches, but lots of matches coming up this weekend for you to go and enjoy local club rugby against Boland. So it's Western Province still up against Boland. But talking about Western Province up against Boland, there were still a number of other matches that took place at City Park for the Community Challenge Day, namely Kenya up against EP, and then, of course, it was Western Province up against Boland. Let's catch some of the highlights of the rest of the rugby on the day.
Good Lord.
We're in for a tough time, and they beat a Stormers team a couple of weeks ago, so we know we're in for a rough one.
If you look around you here, the crowd is a massive crowd and lots of rugby, and the people are enjoying themselves.
Lots of action on the day. Guys, I mean, I suppose I can't talk about it anymore, but I suppose Kenya, EP, why is it everyone's saying that EP should have beaten Kenya? I mean, Morgs, it's a country. It's a national country. They've got good coaches, good players. Why would they not lose against a provincial team?
No, look, under the guidance of Jerome and Chester was down there also helping the guys out, and Paul Mbioza also was down there helping the forwards out. So look, they've got a serious coaching panel that they've got there. And then, yeah, I mean, look, I just think that, EP, who have played in the Vodacom Cup for many years, I thought they would have maybe put up a little bit of a tougher opposition. And having spoken to the guys from Kenya, because we trained with them last week, I think they were going there sort of not too confident, but to get the result, I'm sure will set them in good stead for the rest of the Vodacom Cup.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, as you hear, then a lot of action there on the day, and we managed to catch up with Danny Jones, the head of amateur rugby at Western Province Rugby, and what he had to say about the day. Folks, I'm here with Danny Jones. He's the General Manager of Amateur Rugby at Western Province Rugby Football Union at City Park. It's a beautiful day, Danny. This is what we've been waiting for. Look at the crowd.
Beautiful, JP. Firstly, I just need to thank the City Park Control Board for their assistance.
Yeah.
From Western Province side, we are elated with the work they have done, but we're extremely happy what is transpiring here. The 4 community challenge games, the 2 Vodacom games, we're happy. Great crowd, good rugby so far, and at the moment rugby is the winner.
It's almost like a festival of rugby today.
It is a festival of rugby, JP. There's no doubt about it, on the field and off the field.
Yeah. I mean, now this is like a great opportunity. You can come from your neighborhood and come from the house and get on your bicycle even and come watch like a rugby in the afternoon before you go watch TV rugby later tonight.
Absolutely. Look, we at Western Province felt that we needed to take the games more to the people.
Yeah.
And City Park, being in the athlon community with a long history of good rugby in this area, we thought we'll take all our games here.
Very exciting, very exciting. Well done, and we're looking forward to lots of more games here.
Thank you, JP. Thank you.
Here we go. Danny Jones from Western Province Rugby. Right, when we come back, folks, after the break, you can win for yourself a Saito Crank. That's the Before Evox Advanced Nutrition product, the Super Carbo and the Rapid Recovery. This, of course, your before, during, and after nutrition supplements. Of course, Evox Advanced Nutrition is the official sports nutrition supplier to Western Province Rugby and the DHL Stormers. And there you see on the screen, that's the name that you're going to have to SMS. We'll give you that opportunity right after the break. Right, okay, folks, so you want to win for yourself the Saito Crank, the Super Carbo and the Rapid Recovery. All you need to do is tell us who is the official sports nutrition supplier to Western Province Rugby and the DHL Stormers. And as you know by now, this is how you use it. You use this before, you use this during, and of course, most important, after the Rapid Recovery. All you need to do is SMS the answer to 33280. Who is the official sports nutrition supplier to Western Province Rugby and the DHL Stormers? Before, during, and after combo pack can be yours. Okay, let's take a look now at the Super 15 results over the weekend. And it was the Hurricanes 21-29, a loss for them against the Brumbies, 43-33 win for the Reds against the Cheetahs. The Crusaders, well, they managed to beat the Stormers by only 1 point, 14 points to 13. The Force 32-7 against the Rebels, and the Bulls, well, they managed to but they managed to beat the Blues 38 points to 22. And then the Sharks 37-23 over the Lions. So some interesting results there, but let's first of all take a look at the most important one, which was the Crusaders against the Stormers. And I'm quite shocked to say how many people took the Crusaders for a win. In fact, in the Super Blue pool that I was in, nobody, not one of I'm in a couple of pools, but the Legends pool, not one of them chose the Stormers for a win, and heavens did they nearly have it. Ish.
I think what was very impressive was obviously the defensive capabilities of the Stormers once again, putting their bodies on the line and just defending like Trojans. Guys picking themselves, making tackle after tackle, and that was inspiring to see from a performance point of view.
Morgs, how are they going to come back with all these injuries? There's a ton of injuries in the Stormers.
Yeah, I see Skara and Pat are really on their way back. So, look, I mean, the depth, we all know that depth plays a massive role in the Super 15. And the Stormers have depth, I think, with all the clubs that we've got.
Yeah.
With the Vodacom Cup, there's enough depth, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Skalkberger, he looks like he's a man on fire.
Yeah, look, I think Skala is back, and I spoke to him just before they left. And look, he's raring to go and firing on all cylinders, and he showed it again at Christchurch.
All right, let's take a look at the fixtures now coming up in the Super 15 over the weekend. Of course, on Friday, it's the first kickoff there. It's the Chiefs against the Stormers. They're playing in Hamilton's. It's at 8:35 on Friday. The Rebels take on the Crusaders in Melbourne. On Saturday morning, starting off in Wellington, it's the Hurricanes against the Cheetahs, followed by the Highlanders and the Force, the Brumbies, the Waratahs. Then back home in Johannesburg, it's the Lions against the Blues, and the Sharks take on the Reds in Durban. So those are your Super 15 fixtures over the weekend. Let's take a look now at last week's Super Brew results. And well done there to our leader, leader there, Mushuman. He is hot on my heels, it seems like. So Mushuman, at least I'm hot on his heels, put it that way. Sonic Dash Sion took the yellow cap with the greatest increase there with 153 ranks. Zell, Hexor, Sean Newman, Conman, Maris, and Flash. So that's your Super Rugby pool. You want to join us, go to the Super Rugby, at least superbrew.com, and come and join the Cape Rugby TV pool. It's a lot of fun, and it certainly does add a new dimension to the game itself while you're watching it. A lot of anticipation there. Gentlemen, Super Brew fixtures time there. It is the Chiefs and the Stormers. Morgs.
Stormers 3.
Stormers by 3, you say? Okay, Ish.
Stormers by 1.
Stormers by 1. I'm going to go with the Stormers by 4. And then the Rebels take on the Crusaders in Melbourne. Morgs.
Crusaders 18.
Crusaders by 18.
Rebels 5.
Rebels by 5. Ish going against the grain there. I'm going to go with the Crusaders by 9. Then on Saturday, it's the Hurricanes and the Cheetahs. Morgs.
Hurricanes 7.
Cheetahs 3.
I'm going to go with the Cheetahs by 5. And then it is the Highlanders and the Force in Dunedin. Morgs.
Highlanders 12.
Highlanders 15.
I'm going to go with the Highlanders by 12. And then the Brumbies take on the Waratahs. They're playing in Canberra, so it's a home ground advantage for the Brumbies playing in the boring city of Canberra. Morgs.
Brumbies 3.
Brumbies 8.
I'm going to go with the Brumbies by 7. That's my Super Brew prediction. And the Lions take on the Blues in Johannesburg. Can the Lions keep up the form that they have been in the past? Morgs.
Blues 12.
Lions 5.
I'm going to go with the Blues by 5. And then the final match of the weekend, it's the Sharks up against the Reds. Sharks have been in good form, but the Reds are not a team to be snuffed at. So I'll give you guys my score there. First, the Sharks. I'm going for the Sharks by 3, Morgs.
I'm going to the Sharks by 15.
Sharks by 10.
Sharks by 10. Those are, of course, your Super Brew predictions. Remember, you can jump in the pool. You can join us at any time. Right, now let's take a look at some of the other weekend action. This coming weekend, it is happening at Milnerton. And there we see it's a rugby day at Union Miller Rugby Club, Theo Marais Park and Coburg Road. This coming Saturday. Matches start at 11 o'clock. It's only 10 Rand entrance fee. Come and support. There's lots of food and clothing drive that's going on there. Ish, tell us a little bit more about the day.
Yeah, basically it's our annual rugby day, and we've got a Cape Rugby 15 team on the day on show as well. So that would be great to see. We've had a 7s, we've had a 10s, and now there's a 15 teams on show. So we're good to see guys running in the Cape Rugby 15 team. Basically what the day is all about is that we're trying to raise an awareness as well as some canned food and clothing for the Dunoon community.
You're carrying on with your concept of why you won the Club of the Year award.
Well, we're taking it up another notch this year. What we've done is we've sent out letters to all the clubs attending the rugby day, and we've asked each club to collect canned food and clothing on their own behalf so that they can bring it to the day, boxed with their names on, and they can get a mention in the program as well as on the show. And I just think that's the objective of the day is to give back to the community.
Okay, so here's my little push. If you're out there, Pick and Pay, ShopRite, Checkers, Clicks, Discam, any of you guys out there, or anybody else who wants to support the day, bring us some tin food. Is tin food the easiest?
The easiest.
The easiest. Keep it simple. So a tin of food, and then Ishmael Dolly and his management team will distribute it in Dunoon. All right, folks. So a tin of food, bring it on the day. Come bring it there to the team, find the Cape Rugby guys, and I believe Jean de Jong, Springbok player and Stormers and Western Rogers rugby player, is coaching or managing the Cape Rugby All-Stars?
Juan de Jong has agreed to coach the Cape Rugby 15 team, which is great. We'll have 2 Springboks on show, so we'll have Eddie Jacobs on the one side and Juan de Jong on the other side. 2 centres.
2 centres up against each other, and what a royal pleasure that will be there. So great stuff there. So if you want to meet Jean de Jong or Eddie Jacobs and of course Ishmael Dolly, come out there on the day and come and say hello. It's going to be absolutely fantastic fun, very, very exciting. And how difficult is it going to be just to bring a ton of canned food with? It's going to go to Dunoon. A lot of people are struggling in the Dunoon area, and of course we want to make sure that you can support the folks that are struggling to eat a little bit out there. So come and support, bring a ton of food. The other match over the weekend is of course the Community Cup match. Right, Hamiltons are up against Shishan. Now Morgs, you're playing in this match. Kick off at 4 o'clock, home ground advantage for Hamiltons at Stefan A. Shishan, a tough team.
Yeah, look, it's a big game for us. It's our first one in the Community Cup, something we wanted for the last 2 years. and Sishan come off a loss, so it'll be a tough one for us. You know, they'll be looking to bounce back and we'll be looking to get off to a good start. So it's a good place to come down at 4 o'clock, and then after that, I think you can go down to Milton and join the boys at Ish's team.
This is not the first Community Cup game though, but it is your first home ground game.
Yeah, our first game was a bye, so obviously we give us an extra week to put in the hard yards. But yeah, it's our first one. It kicks off at 4 o'clock on Saturday, and I'm looking forward to it.
Are you still the captain?
No, Jurgen Gilleme is the leader of the team, and yeah, he's been a leader from last year.
Bad move.
So looking forward to it.
A little bit of inside jibes there. All right, folks, that's a wrap. The Cape Rugby TV show. Morgan Newman, best of luck against Sishan. I know that from a Community Cup point of view, Hamilton's is flying the flag for Western Province Rugby, so we wish you the very best of luck, and hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, thanks, chaps. I think we're going to need it.
Yeah, and I think you're going to need even more luck with your Super Brew predictions.
I'm definitely going to need more luck there.
And Ish, we'll see you on Saturday. It's going to be 15-man rugby at Union Mill. It's going to be a great day.
Absolutely. Come on down and support.
Definitely, definitely. Right, folks, that's, of course, a wrap for Cape Rugby TV. We'll be back with you guys next week, same time, same place. And we'll bring you tons of interviews because on the day, on Saturday at Union Mill, there's going to be lots and lots of clubs that we can interview. And, of course, don't forget, we'll catch up with Jean de Jong as he manages, or coaches at least, the Cape Rugby TV side. And then we'll catch up with A.D. Jacobs on the Union Mill side. We'll see you guys again next week, same time, same place. Bye-bye.